Hello and what's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Bricks and Toys. And today we are doing the final of the Speed Champions August wave of 2025, and I'm pretty sure what we have today is the last of the year. I think with all four of these sets being 5 cars plus the Suki's S2000, I think that makes for 16 Speed Champions this year, because we have to remember we got a Speed Champion for every one of the F1 teams all the way back in March. It has been one hell of a year in Lego Speed Champions. And not to mention, we also got a little tiny Ferrari polybag a few months ago for the year as well. Despite us just getting this wave going and, getting all these reviews out there, it is worth mentioning the rumors are already circulating for January's new wave of Speed Champions to come out, and they're talking of cars from the movie Cars itself, Lightning McQueen. They're talking about even a Speed Champions DeLorean Back to the Future set, so probably trying to get their licensing out on that just a little bit more from when they did the Icons vehicle in 2022, and so many others. I think even another Bugatti is even coming down the pipeline in January 2025. So even though we just got this amazing wave, the whole F1 lineup, now we even have rumors saying that they're just going to pick it up next year, even with more fire and heat, with an awesome new wave of sets for next year in 2026. So guys, what are we with today? Well, we're with the Porsche. I love me a good Speed Champions Porsche. I don't feel like we get a lot of Porsche with Speed Champions. Our last one was in 2023, which was like the Le Mans hypercar, and then we got another one in 2018, and then we got another one in 2019, which is right here, which is a classic 911. And then before that, we got the 918 Spider. But I just feel like, there's so many Ferraris and so many Lamborghinis in my collection. Where is more Porsches? And I was so excited to see this set being announced, because I was like, now that is a really cool Speed Champions idea. I cannot wait to build it. Now, am I a Porsche guy? No. And am I saying the word Porsche like porch? Probably. And I don't care. I say the names as I've always said it, and you know what? I know it's likely wrong. Will I ever be able to afford a Porsche? No. So I'll work on my pronunciation of vehicle names when I can actually afford the actual vehicle. So this set that I have here with me is a 9 and older set. It's set number 77239. It is the Porsche 911 GT3 RS with 348 pieces, and it is featured in this really interesting light orange color. Definitely not a blatant orange color, almost a orangish yellow color. It just looks really freaking cool. Talking about the box that the set comes in, well, the car does look like it's going through some maybe German mountains, nice and fast. Lots of, action, blurry lines going by it, as all these cars do. We do have our Lego and Speed Champions logo, as well as the Porsche logo, as all of them have featured up at the top. Not a bad intro to the set. The box art looks relatively good. Looking at the side of the box, we do have our country of origin and our do not eat it, as well as set number and Lego logo. On this side of the box, we got the set imposed, again, right here in the lower corner, set number, Lego Speed Champions. With these cars having so many black elements, it really blends in with the side of the box with these brighter colors, and it's like, oh, it's missing parts. I know I said that in another video, but this is another one where the color of the car really pops, and then the black of the wheels and stuff drown out with the box art. It's just kind of a weird thing I noticed. Looking at the side of the box, we got the side profile of the car, and man, it looks so crispy and fresh. I really am liking this one. This might be my favorite of the latest lineup, with the exemption of Suki's S2000. That did come out a little bit earlier, and it's Fast and the Furious, well, Too Fast, Too Furious, so of course that's going to be my favorite, but as of just normal vehicles for the year, this one might be it. Along with the side profile of the vehicle, we got Lego and Speed Champions up here, and a 1-to-1 of the wheels. I'm seeing a lot of these wheel elements in all of these new sets, and it looks like it continues here. Now, looking at the back of the box, we have 3 photos to discuss of this vehicle. We have the back shot of the GT3 RS, and it looks pretty good, minus that redonkulous wing. That wing does look to be a bit much, but you know what? It is what it is, and Lego works with what they can work with. Imagine how much bigger that wing could be in 2019. You know, if the set was a little bit older, with the older pieces that we can use. Anyway, guys, we have 2 more pictures down here. One is of the top down of the vehicle. It looks really good. And then up here we have the actual vehicle. I think this color is like signal orange or something. Drop a comment down below if you know what Porsche color this is. This color's actually been kind of trending on internet builds on YouTube for car builders. So that's kind of how I'm able to spot it, but it's a really nice color. I like it a lot. Now let's go ahead, let's unbox this set and see what we have in terms of the build. We're just going to have one punch tab, and we're going to go ahead and get it opened up. And there you guys have the first look into the box. Not a lot of dead space. Let's do our pour. Oh, the book almost went flying. There's no stickers or anything hiding out. And here we have our set. Now, I've done this enough to know for this year that we're going to have probably 5 bags. Let's go ahead, count them out. So we got bag number 1, bag number 2, bag number 3, 4, and of course, bag number 5. So we have 5 bags right there. Here is our wheel covers. Again, we have 2 different sets with the set, so we're going to have some left over in our spare parts. Let you guys get a good look at those. Of course, we do have an extra chassis element. Well, not an extra, but floating around in the box to build the car onto. We have our sticker sheet, which is going to be about 15 stickers. So let you guys get a good look at that as well. Not too bad on the stickers. I kind of like the longer ones because it gives you a little bit of room to line them up and square them up. Should be nice. And then looking at the instruction booklet, we do get our 20 points right here. And then going into the actual book, it should just go right into the build, which it does on page 4 as per usual. We do get to build our minifigure as the first thing as per usual. Now looking at the back of the book, we're going to have 138 building steps and 110 pages. I think this is the most amount of steps in the latest wave of Speed Champions and a little bit above the average page count. So this is definitely going to be our largest of our Speed Champions builds for the wave of August. And that's it with the Porsche 911 GT3 RS unboxing. So guys, I'm going to take a few hours to get this one built, or days, or whenever. And for you guys, well, you guys get to see the review portion of the video right here. Here is our Porsche 911 GT3 RS. It looks beautiful, but before we can talk about the car, well, I want to spend some time and talk about the driver. Here is the minifigure that graces our Porsche 911 GT3 RS. He is a he, and he is what I call a blondie, just like me. So we're calling him Porsche Blondie. Maybe we call him Supercar Blonde. Haha, kind of funny there. He does have a printed torso and a printed back part of his torso. He is featuring a black wrench, and on top of his beautiful blonde hair, we can switch that out with a racing helmet. He does not have a secondary face, but he does have a secondary headpiece. And you know what? I think he's going to keep the helmet on. Now let's dive into the vehicle and let's talk about all the stickers and all the printed pieces. Starting with the driver's side of the vehicle, our stickers are going to be clearly on the side of the car, which is these 2 pieces down here at the bottom, as well as this side piece right here, as well as a piece right there. Those are all sticker elements. Coming over to the front of the vehicle, we do have printed elements with the headlights on each side, as well as a printed element right there with the G-slope and by the windscreen. Looking at the front of the vehicle, we do have 2 more sticker elements on each side right there. Kind of feels like they should go into something else, but they don't. On this side, it is the same, minus the sticker that was right here on the other side, but we do have the 3 as we did on the other side. We also have printed elements on each side with the pieces here, and they are printed on each side in case you get these pieces mixed up. You will still have the piece printed on either side, and that's, like I said, there you go. And then coming over here to the top, we do have sticker elements on each side here, 1 and 2. And then I don't think we have any stickers on the wing, but we are printed with the Porsche logo, but a sticker on that, and as well as the lower lights down there. Now starting off at the things I like about this vehicle, well, we'll start off at the back. The wing is kind of big and goofy on this one, but I don't think it's too bad. I like the use of the palish dark red elements for the taillight. I think that looks really nice. Again, I like the printed Porsche logo. Coming down here to the bottom, it's black and black and black, but we can see 2 exhaust tips and some weird angled 1x pieces to make the rear diffuser. Coming over here to the side of the vehicle, we can just see normal brick built usage, making a really nice full and complete looking GT3 RS side profile. I like the roof line. I think they did a really good job on the roof line. Now looking at the front of the vehicle, we have cheese slopes to make those fender vent looking areas, as well as the vent into what I believe would be the front of the vehicle, but maybe that's to cool the front radiator on the actual car. I do like how all this looks nice and fit and complete, and it looks like a Porsche. I kind of feel like maybe these pieces are new, but maybe they're just new to the yellow color, and it's more black down here, as well as corner elements upside down stuck to make the bottom front diffuser. Now looking at this side of the vehicle, well, it's all the same thing as the other side. It just looks complete, it's well built, and it's decently made. We have normal 1x1 pieces for the mirrors, as well as print on the windscreen. Almost forgot about that. And then coming over here to the back, we have a lot of interesting brick usage that's all stacked in and held in by, can you guess it? Clips. Overall, I think it's a really cool looking car. Let's get our minifigure put in the seat, but let's check out the interior first. Looking at our interior, we have our last sticker, which is just the 911 on the dash. We have a microphone shift knob as we normally do, but we still have an unconventional steering wheel. But we do have a really nice piece to kind of make the dash that goes over the steering wheel, which is pretty cool. Other than that, guys, there's a little bit of light bluish gray, but a lot of black, all stuffed in there. Let's go ahead. Let's get our minifigures stuffed up in there. There we go. We'll put in his wrench and his blonde hairpiece, and he'll be forever tucked in there. And that is our GT3 RS. Now let's wrap up this video. So with this Porsche 911 GT3 RS, we have now gone over and we have built the entire August 2025 wave of Speed Champions cars. And I think right next to the Bugatti Cinto DC or Cinto DC, okay, I'm not going there. I think those two are my top favorite. Me being an American, I would love to enjoy the Challenger, but I think that is the weakest of the entire wave. If we add in Suzuki's S2000 that we got a little bit earlier, I think my top 3 of the summer wave of Speed Champions would easily be Suzuki's S2000, this GT3, and then the Bugatti. Those are my top 3. Then, of course, it would go into the Lamborghini 2-pack, and then, sadly, lastly, the Challenger SRT Hellcat. Now, building the set built, well, just exactly how you would expect, with the exception of, I kind of didn't mention this, but it did use a different fender element from the back to the front, and I think that's to really complement the lines of the vehicle. But overall, the building technique of this is exactly what you would expect, even with the use of the similar elements as the Lamborghini to hold on that large rear spoiler. But overall, it was a very simple experience, went by in maybe 45 minutes to an hour, so totally doable in a small amount of time. I really like how LEGO really put together this summer wave of cars. I like the new pieces, I like the new techniques, I like how they're continuing to innovate and make things better and better and better, and it keeps causing us to have a better and better vehicle after we're done building. This set does cost, I think, $26.99, so $27 here in the US. Again, it's the price we pay for Speed Champions. There is a lot that goes into these sets, so I kind of defend it. And I think for an under $50 LEGO build, these cars are just incredible. If you're on the fence about them, like I usually say, wait till they go on sale towards the end of their life, or wait for a VIP day and pick them up then. But I could tell you at the Porsche GT3 RS, you will be enjoying this build because it is a Porsche 911, and we don't get enough of Porsche 911 type vehicles, and it's nice to finally have another one to join the collection that's not of like a Le Mans variant type hypercar or whatever you want to call it. So with that, guys, I recommend it. I like it, and if you're not sure about it, maybe wait, but I can tell you, if you have a collection, you're going to like it. So that does it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button to follow along with everything that we do here. As usual, hit the thumbs up and the like button. Share the video with a friend. drop a comment down below. What do you think about the GT3 RS? And with that, not really sure what's next on the YouTube channel, just putting things together at the moment. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a good one.